Yo, what is up YouTube? It's your boy Jay here, back again with another video. And today in this video, I'm going to be discussing 5 cologne fragrances I regret buying. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so first up we have Afnan 9 PM. This one right here is a very popular cologne fragrance. It's cloning JPG Ultra Male. It was good in the beginning when it was, hyped up and stuff like that when it first came out. But in my opinion, as I started to get more into like niche fragrances, I've really noticed like the quality between niche fragrances and like cologne fragrances. Like the quality and, just everything is like such a huge difference. Like now I'll rather prefer JPG Ultra Male over this. Even though it's not a bad fragrance, I would just rather prefer the original, because I feel like even though it might be like a close clone to smell similar to the original, I feel like the original is always going to be the best, of course. But yeah, like I said, this scent right here is not a bad scent. I just noticed that over time when I started getting into more, I guess, expensive fragrances, I really just started to notice, I guess, like the syntheticness of the fragrance. Like I said, it's not a bad smell. If you're on a budget and you want to smell something like JPG Ultra Male, or, you want to smell loud, get noticed with compliments, I would say go pick this one up, especially for like teenagers, since it is like pretty youthful. It's like a sweet vanilla bubblegum kind of scent. Like I said, it is pretty good, so just keep that in mind. But like I said, I'll just rather prefer the original now rather than Afnan 9 PM. But if you're on a budget, I would say this is a pretty good scent to start off with. All right, so next up we have Lattafa Khamrah Kawa right there. Like I said, none of these fragrances that I am explaining about are necessarily bad fragrances. It's just that these are just necessarily fragrances I kind of regret buying, or probably something that I feel like I could have saved my money up for and bought a different fragrance that was better. But originally, when I first got this fragrance from Burlington, I saw it in there and I feel like I had to get it because it was a very well-known, hyped up, cheap fragrances. And I just feel like I had to get it. When I first got it, I think it was like considered like one of the best vanilla scents, like gourmand kind of scents in my opinion, to my nose at the time. But like I said in the last clip, when you get used to more like those expensive niche fragrances, you really just start to notice more like the synthetic mess that these cheaper brands are really just throwing together. Like you really like notice like the quality and the fragrances. You really just notice the difference. And also, when I spray this on, like just initially smelling it from the cap, it's like a very strong, pungent kind of smell. Like in a dry down, it does get better, but I just really don't like when I first spray it on. It's like it really hits your nose for real. Like it's just a very strong, sweet synthetic smell, and it just really does something to my nose, and I just really don't like that, especially in the opening. And yeah, that's really what off put me from this fragrance, is just the opening being a little too harsh. But when it dries down, it's more of a decent fragrance. It's more bearable. But yeah, that opening is what really gets me and makes me not want to really wear this scent anymore. Up next, we have Halloween Men X. This fragrance really got hyped up by Jeremy Fragrance and Fragrance Knowledge. I feel like those are two of the main people that really influenced me to get this fragrance. And it's also another fragrance I regret. It's just another, like I said, like all these fragrances are just so like cheap and synthetic smelling. Like it's actually crazy. But like I said, when you're paying $20 to $40 for a fragrance, what can you really expect? You get what you pay for. But this stuff, man, like they were hyping this stuff up like it was liquid gold, or like it was the best thing that ever happened to humanity since sliced bread. But like I said, overall, if you're a young teenager or, just a young person in general, and you're on a budget, I feel like this is a pretty decent starter fragrance to start off with. But to where I am with fragrance collecting, this really serves no purpose in my collection. I hardly ever wear it. So yeah, it's just, like I said, it's just a cheap synthetic mess, a cheap synthetic coffee smelling kind of scent. Also kind of smells like Axe body wash. And I really don't like that scent anymore now. 11-year-old or 12-year-old me would love this, because that's all I used to wear, was like the bod sprays, Axe, Nautica Voyage and stuff like that. But to me that now, currently, it really serves no purpose in my collection. But like I said, if you're on a affordable more of like a budget kind of thing, I feel like this is a good starter fragrance pickup that you can get for an everyday fall, winter occasion. But yeah, like I said, I probably should just saved up and got something else better. Up next, we have Club Nuit Sillage. This fragrance is a clone of Creed Silver Mountain Water. And this was a blind buy, so I can't really be mad at it. Well, really all of these were blind buys. But this one, man, like I was really hoping big things from this fragrance when I first got it. Cause Armaf it was really like one of the most hyped up fragrance houses like 2 years ago. Like it was actually crazy. Like this fragrance brand had the whole fragrance community in a chokehold, bro. Everybody was buying up Armaf. All the fragrance houses really started to pop off and everything. But if this what Creed Silver Mountain Water smells like, I'll probably never ever get it unless I go into Neiman Marcus or something like that or Nordstrom's and smell it for myself. But if this is anywhere identical to what Creed Silver Mountain Water smells like, it's just not my speed. And it's not necessarily a bad scent. It's just a little too much going on with this scent, you know, and it also leans a little bit more feminine. It's just a little too much citrus and muskiness going on in there, and it has like some floral notes in there, but it's just like way too like sharp and strong and like very pungent. That's a lot of similarities that all these like cheaper fragrances have, is they're very like strong, sharp, and pungent with the syntheticness thrown in there. Decent atomizer. It's an okay scent, but like I said, it's just really not up my alley anymore. Next up, we have Lattafa Legacy. If it can focus right there, there we go. This is a clone of Parfums de Marly Sedley. And like I said, for really all of these fragrances that I'm showing in this video, the main key point is the syntheticness of the fragrance. Now, like I said, if you're on a budget, granted, it's not a bad fragrance to start off with. But as you get more further ahead into your fragrance collecting journey, I've noticed that this really doesn't have a place in my fragrance collection anymore. It just doesn't do it for me anymore. Now, when I did smell Parfums de Marly Sedley and Neiman Marcus, this does smell very, very similar to it. I also feel like for what the price that Parfums de Marly is going for, at least the Sedley version is not worth it in my opinion, because it's just too basic and straightforward. Like I would rather get Parfums de Marly Percival before I get Parfums de Marly Sedley. But either way, neither of these two are a bad fragrance. Like I said, it's just too basic for me in my opinion, and I'd rather get something else. But this is a nice, I guess like a good everyday fragrance. It's like a nice, bright, citrusy, almost like a bubbly kind of scent. And what I mean by bubbly is like a lot of people compare this to like a Sprite or a 7-Up, and it really does smell like that. You know, it also has like that typical barbershop-esque kind of feel to it. Yeah, it does really smell like that. Like when you first walk into a barbershop and all the cleaning products and hair products and stuff like that with some citrus in it. This stuff is pretty good if you're on a budget and you're just starting out for an everyday daily wear fragrance, especially now that the spring and summertime is coming up. This is most definitely a very good fragrance to start off with in your collection. All right, y'all, that's gonna wrap up this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, subscribe down below. As you all know, we are on the road to 10K by the end of 2025. So like I say, if you guys like and enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down in the comment section below what other future ideas or videos you guys want to see from me. This is me, your boy Jay. Until the next time, peace out.